Combat Core is an indie 4-player arena fighting game developed by Micah, also known as Madman, and was funded on Kickstarter in 2016. The game was originally going to come out on PC, Xbox One, and Wii U, but the Kickstarter only reached the goal for the PC version. However, the game appeared on the Nintendo Switch eShop in 2019. This game is specifically styled after 90s and 2000s arena fighters like Power Stone and One Piece Grand Battle. You're given free movement around an arena filled with items and set pieces to use against your opponents.
This game has 11 different characters. Bruiser is the first character in the roster. He's a rookie with balanced stats and fights best up close. Pugy is the seasoned boxer that can give Heavy D a run for his money. She also fights best up close. Skatey, the skater, is the speedy fighter. She may sting like a bee, but she's as tough as a butterfly. John Doe is some kind of cybernetic ninja or something. He's fast, has more shuriken than I can count, and knows how to use the destructo disc. Ember is a wrestling champion that heavily relies on physical attacks. She's very big, but also very slow. Mist is another ninja. She has a lot of high-flying flips and tricks that drive me insane. She fights best at mid-range. KO, no not that one, is a martial arts master. He trains harder than everyone else and won't let anyone else forget it. Squads is a current champion of Combat Core and he is a tank. He's a close-range bruiser, no not that one, and can power through certain attacks. Crossing over from the terrain of Magical Enterprise, Crossing over from the terrain of Magical Expertise, Kazuna and Zeto are gadget fighters. Kazuna is a long-range fighter, while Zeto is more of a mid-range fighter. Last but not least, crossing over from A.R.E.S, Extinction Agenda EX, is the titular A.R.E.S. He's a robot with a variety of long-range blasts. He actually kind of reminds me of Emerald from Sonic Battle. Speaking of Sonic Battle, this game allows you to make over 60 custom characters. So now you can reenact the epic battle between Jiren and Paul Phoenix. The character creation system is similar to the creative wrestler system from the Afki Corporation wrestling games, or, if you're with me, Ultimate Muscle Legends vs. New Generation. The game also lets you alter their base stats and mix and match moves from any of the fighters. Now you might be asking, but BlackLightan, what's stopping someone from creating an overpowered character? Well, you only have a limited amount of points to alter the base stats with, but as for the moveset, as far as I can tell, nothing's stopping you. You could make the ultimate moveset. Not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun making characters in this game. I even made a few characters just by mashing the random button and making some edits from there. It's how I create the strongest character of all time! The ultimate! The invincible! Drone Call Jackson! Each character can also equip what's called a core. Each core, except basic, will increase a character's stats and give them a special move, like a devastating uppercut, a shotgun blast, a screen nuke, a kamehameha, you get the idea. There are 6 or 7 items depending on how you count. There's a laser sword, a battle hammer, a Captain America shield, a grenade launcher, a power staff, and some empty blocks. My personal favorite item is the staff. It lets you pull off combos that would make even Donatello jealous, and I like how you can throw it and spear your opponent into the walls. There are 7 different stages, each with their own unique and creative name. My favorite is Stage 3. Unlike some games, you have the option to turn items and stage hazards off. There's an arcade mode, a team battle mode, plenty of references to other games and shows and anime, a practice mode, a cool soundtrack, an online multiplayer mode. This game sounds perfect, right? Well, not exactly. Full disclosure here. While I've known about the game for years, I wasn't a backer. I've only played the Nintendo Switch version, and even then, I've mostly played in handheld modes. So, some of my complaints might not have appeared if I'd played more on the TV or played the PC version. Anyway, I'll try to judge this game fairly, but just keep in mind this is my opinion. At least most of the stuff is. First off, this game doesn't run very consistently on the Switch. Well, 2-player battles run pretty well, 4-player battles don't. The game could freeze for a couple seconds, and on some rare occasions, the game would even crash. It can't be a hardware problem. The Switch can handle more than 4 players doing all sorts of crap in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so I think this is some kind of optimization problem. I also don't like the dodging system. The closest comparison that most people would know would be to Super Smash Bros. But what makes it weird is that you don't dodge by holding down the shield button then moving a direction. In Core, you have to hold the shield button, let go of it, while at the same time moving a direction. Unfortunately, there's nothing stopping you or the opponent from spamming the dodge over and over. There were many times where I tried to grab my opponent, but they kept dodging constantly and I couldn't hit them. And the item system is an all or nothing deal. While you can turn the items on and off, you can't pick what items will appear or how often they'll appear. This is just a personal gripe thing, but there's no character select button on the pause screen. And on the win screen there's a main menu button, but that sends you back to the character select. I mean, just fix the labels. This game also costs $15.99 on Steam, but costs $19.99 on the eShop. Stupid Switch tax. My last problem is with the soundtrack, actually. Now, if you've seen my Power Rangers Battle for the Grid videos, you'd know that I really care about the soundtracks of my fighting games. Now, I like the soundtrack of this game, it's pretty cool, but the stages pick a random song whenever they're selected. I mean, I wish I got to pick which music played on which stages, kind of like in Super Smash Bros. Or, have a sound test where I could listen to the music in voice clips. Overall, Combat Core is kind of rough around the edges, but it's still a fun game. The Switch port is okay, but I'm gonna recommend getting the PC version for the lower price and probably better performance. But I wish the Kickstarter campaign had reached its stretch goals and given us the extra modes, stages, and characters. The game is fine as is. Who knows, maybe if you support the game, we could see some DLC in the future. This game gets a BlackLightan seal of approval and a 7 out of 10. I mean, that might not seem that good, but it's already better than Jump Force! Nailed it this time.